Hey guys, now here's something I've been spending a lot of time playing with my friends. The Witcher adventure game. I love board games, but like a lot of people, I don't have time to physically go somewhere and play them. It happens maybe once a couple of months at best, but with the digital version of the Witcher game, we've been dueling each other and randoms online non-stop for a couple of weeks now, I think, and it is a lot of fun. The reason it's fun, for me at least, is how different each game is even if you're playing for the same character all the time. The end goal is by the time anyone completes all the quests, have the most victory points. It is not completing quests as fast as you can, and it actually gives you a lot of options on how you want to play the game. For instance, one of my friends who prefers playing Geralt just concentrates on killing monsters and gets more victory points than anyone else. I've been playing Lutetia a lot, and I will call him Lutic, cause that's how I know him from the books, and Dandelion just sounds stupid for me. So, considering he's got a lot of skills that get you victory points when someone else does something useful, I've been following more action-oriented players avoiding any confrontation and could still win the game that way a couple of times. Mainly you get victory points from completing quests, of course, and supporting other players on their quests. To do that, you collect clues that you exchange for proofs of one of the three colors. Each quest requires 2 proofs of certain color to complete, and more clues you need to get a proof, the more victory points the quest will provide. To support, you also need to spend clues or money. The trick is to strike a perfect balance between helping or screwing up others and minding your own business. So, every hero, and there are 4 of them, Geralt, Lutic, Yarpen and Triss, have a pretty big set of skills that will help you to execute any strategy you have chosen. I've been playing a lot of Lutic, Geralt and Triss, and they are essentially what they are in the books. Geralt is the most effective fighter who rolls the most combat dice from the very beginning and is the best in combat. At some point you're able to kill anything with him. Combining skills, it is possible to have like 10 swords and 10 shields around, and the strongest creature is only 5/5 I think. So to kill it you need 5 swords, and to defend from its attacks you need 5 shields. Triss is a sorceress, who has both great combat spells and evasion spells, plus teleportation freaking rocks. However, you need to build up your character, cause she starts being effective only at around 5 development cards if you're lucky. I mean, until you get the card that gives you 2 tokens for a prepare action instead of 1, you might as well be spending actions on developing. Lutic, as I mentioned, is more of a sneaky character who gets screwed a lot by hordes, in a bad kind of way most of the time. But he's a lot of fun to play and probably is my favorite character. His main thing is an ability to accumulate a lot of money fast and spend it on friends who help him out. Just like Triss, it takes several turns to properly build him up, but if you do, you can screw people over and thrive on their successes, which is satisfying in a douchey kind of way. And that is what Lutic is all about. Yarpen... Well, to be honest, I don't quite get him. And as far as I've seen, not many people actually do. I've never seen him win. He rarely does well in general, so some people just leave half the game through, cause they get way behind everyone else with Yarpen. His set of skills is not actually bad. He's kind of a jack-of-all-trades character who can fight, do diplomacy, avoid monsters and get gold. The main thing about him is that his clue-proof exchange rate is always 5 for every color, so if you're lucky you should get 16 victory points quests every time you take a quest, cause you'll need to get 10 clues anyway. What also helps is Yarpen's ability to exchange one color clues for clues of another color, so it doesn't really matter what clues you are getting while you are getting them. But I really need to play him more to be able to talk about him. What's also great is that initially the game seems to be centered a lot around random chance and rolling, but actually it is not. Every character has a set of skills that can help them out to avoid or overcome any challenge. By the end of a 5-quest game it usually becomes ridiculous. I had games with Triss where to win a battle I didn't have to roll dice at all, or games where everyone was avoiding everything and the board just was clattered with monsters and foul fates. Generally, if you're good enough, all the randomness goes pretty much away and the game turns into resource and risk management, where the biggest question is whether I take a risk to have an advantage or play it safe. The randomness you can't avoid is cards like roll a hero die 3 times and something happens. You can't use skills to reroll it, so you can be totally screwed for no reason. But again, Geralt rolls 3 hero dice, so he's got the best chances of them all, that son of a bitch. Overall, I would totally recommend the game if you have at least 2 friends who will play it with you on Skype. It is a lot of fun, characters are unique, each game has something to surprise you with, and if you are on the same skill level, games actually go very close. The difference in the end for us is usually 1 or 2 victory points, that makes it interesting all the way through, where the very last turn is usually the decisive one. Playing with randoms is not as great, to be fair, and the online client refuses to work sometimes. But it is a board game and should be played as a board game, with people you know over drinks, not with strangers you kidnap overnight. Well, thanks for watching, guys. The name is GrrrVahrrr, and I shall see you from within my next video.